the minister for one of the most promising geographies when it comes to technology, where society is actually being empowered through digital means, where businesses and trade is being accelerated by creating virtual trading corridors, and where impact is seen on a daily basis. But before I begin my conversation with you, let me acknowledge Mr. Amitabh Kant here. Mr. Kant, before you came in, I was just saying that this is the place where AI is going to meet real people. India is where AI shall meet humanity in many ways. When Mr. Amitabh Kant was the Sherpa for the G20, he moved the G20 from a banker's G20 to a people's G20. He made G20 a celebration of people. And in some sense, the AI Impact Summit in India, I believe, is going to be truly transformational. Humanity is going to finally embrace AI. It's not going to be a hyperscaler's AI. It's going to be the people's AI. And I think that transformation is something that we should be working towards. But Minister, thank you for joining us. Let me ask you the first question. Um, as you can see, when people speak about India, they invoke UAE all the time. We are not only part of the Arabian Sea community, but in our journey in the recent past and in the future, we seem to be walking together. The visit by His Highness the President to India and Prime Minister Modi focused to a great degree on this technology partnership. So, how do you see this bilateral relationship evolving?
Thank you so much for hosting this. And I think the title of this summit is spot on. I think the evolution of AI or understanding of AI, be it at the government level or even at the companies level or at the individual level, it moved from kind of a defensive, kind of risk averse approach over a few years ago into more embracing, and now we're reaching kind of a climate where everyone is excited. And I think no place is better to host such a level of excitement like India. I think you've alluded to the link between UAE and India. I get the same thing every time we mention UAE, India is mentioned. So we get that also from the other side. So I think it's not a surprise with more than we're reaching 100 billion of trades between our country, in 2025. More than 700 flights a week between UAE and India. Not a lot of people know the number. So it's 700 flights, more than 700 flights a week between UAE and India. I think the link strategically between the leadership, between the businesses and the people, make it very easy for, be it historic or more recent. And I think we were discussing earlier, even the link now with the Generation Z, into how they look at UAE and how UAE look at India is really strategic in the sense of an opportunity for both countries. So we're very much strategically aligned at a bilateral level, but also at a multilateral level when it comes to AI or other subjects.
We heard in the previous discussion that the purpose of the founders of this process was to bring people together. We are in a highly politicized world today, highly polarized world today. Um, I want your reflections on how do we get people to talk? What's the role of UAE? What's the role of India? Are we actually destined to be doing this job of bringing folks together?
I think India for sure. I think UAE try also to play the same role, but I think we always look at India as a natural leader when it comes of putting people together. I think India has taken the leadership of the global South and representing the voice of global South, be it directly as India or be it at the different multilateral, be it at the UN level or at something I'm participating in, representing UAE in the BRICS, also at the G20. I find in India a great partner when it comes to finding the sweet spot between all these divergence and politically motivated subject. I always find in India a good balance, a good reflection into what makes sense and putting people together. So India has that clear role globally, a respected role also. And a lot of countries and a lot of institutions run to India to make sure complex subject can be shaped in the best interest of all rather than representing a few. And I think no other subject like AI is needing that type of leadership. And I think such opportunity are great opportunity in shaping how do we make a great thing like AI good for everyone and we don't leave anyone behind. I think is easily said, but to put it all together and to make sure that no one is selfish in approaching AI, at the same time ethically we make sure it represents everyone and it's not only looking at it commercially, you're also looking at it from a development point of view, from social impact point of view, and from people to people point of view. So I think uh, I'm really excited on the outcome of this summit, and I look forward to some of the announcements.
Some of the announcements, I mean, I think, are we going to see some new multilateral processes get deepened here? UAE recently signed up to the Pax Silica, right? So there is a international arrangement, still new, still fledgling, but emerging.
Well, yes, UAE signed up for the Pax Silica, was one of the initial members of coming into the Pax Silica. I personally, I represent UAE in that signing. I personally want India to be part of this. So I hear that India is joining. Hopefully, the news will be out anytime soon. I think is very important, not only from a perspective of UAE, but it's very important, as I described, that India comes in because of what India offers. I think, the the earlier session talked about the talent available in India, the number of engineers that you have. I think no one can venture into solving the AI puzzle without having India at the heart of it. I think the talent, the scale, the ability to embrace technology, also the openness, be it at the leadership level or at the corporate level. I think there is so much potential and opportunities that India can play through. And I don't think anyone like Pax Silica can be successful without having a country like India as part of it.
You mentioned the talent pool. I don't think many people would know that you have also a deep linkages to education institutions. You've been on the board of a few institutions. You are invested in the whole process of the knowledge industry. How are you looking at creating both human capabilities for this new age, but using technology to enhance human capabilities and creating a virtuous circle in some sense?
I think the starting point is not to be defensive. So UAE took the position of embracing. I think having an AI minister in 2017 is shows you how UAE approach things. I think we have embedded AI in our education today in UAE. Most AI subscription are free for students. So in all schools. Schools are embracing AI across the board, but also we're balancing that with the risk of AI. So a recent law was issued for anyone below 13 years old not to be exposed to technology yet. I think the leadership saw that there is a threshold of age where at which you expose technology to a young generation is important, where leadership should play a role. Now, this is an open discussion. Is it
Mhm.
13? Is it 14? But the UAE saw that at certain point, there's certain skill need to be developed before you expose fully. But after 13, UAE has the ability to scale and expose fully into the education system. Also, partnership is another way. You can't do this alone, as we discussed. So UAE is embracing the education and health and other aspects of the economy through partnership and allowing um, um, mega players to come in. Where UAE, we're conscious of what do we offer. So we offer capital. We're willing to invest. We offer energy, which is core to AI success. And we offer also what I call soft infrastructure, the ability legally to put the setup needed for companies to be able to protect their investment, their patents, and feel free to invest without any issues in terms of taxes, in terms of setting companies. So UAE does a lot in creating an ecosystem around any industry, and we feel that AI is you don't have a choice. You
Mhm.
have to, you can't just choose between AI and others. It's an industry that is coming. It's like a tsunami that you have to be ready for. You can't just sit and say, you know what, I can live on my traditional economy. AI is here, and everyone need to be able to adopt and work through it. And you don't want to sit behind when everyone is actually embracing it. So UAE has wanting to take a lead position on this. Some of it we understand that will be risky in terms of investment, but being in the ecosystem is very important.
Minister, when we some years ago were looking at energy transitions, green energy, solar energy, we saw UAE and UAE funds play a significant role in different places around the world, including the African continent, where perhaps you are amongst the largest investors in new energy solutions. Uh, can we see UAE partner with others to build capabilities in geographies like you did when it came to new energy? So, are you going to invest in building data centers and compute capabilities in these new geographies who might be left behind unless we actually invest in them?
That's right. Is being biggest oil, one of the biggest oil producer or energy producer, venturing into renewable is always a strange combination. But we have recognized that as a country, our leadership has set the strategy very clear. We want to celebrate the last barrel of oil. That's what our president has announced clearly by 2050. So the date is a vision that anchors philosophy, how the country wants to look at things. How do you shift people from the status quo, the comfort zone? You have enough oil that is being produced. You don't need to do much. You have great sovereign wealth funds.
Mhm.
They're huge and growing. So if you look and analyze the investments, say, well, don't need to do anything. It's a small population. They can live on the wealth of these. But the leadership says no. We need to embrace new technologies. We need to embrace the next oil waves. And really, AI is seen by our leadership as the next oil for us.
Mhm.
We say this because we have lived cycles of commodity historically. So, for people who don't know much about the UAE historically been 200 years ago as a pearl diving hub. So that's our oil. So if you go back more than 100 years, the whole income of UAE is based on pearl diving. And it was representing, I would say, 100% of the economy, up to the point where artificial pearl
Yes.
came about in Japan, and killed that industry. Well, guess what? Our economy was not ready. And we lived 50 years after that before oil came. It was a lot of suffering, and it anchors well into the memory and understanding of our grandfathers and leadership. And as a result, we don't want to be caught
Again.
into the same kind of situation where so we're looking at this from a strategic point of view. But I want to answer your so UAE is not selfish about it.
Mhm.
UAE wants to help others. So I was at the G20 meeting in South Africa, and we announced a $1 billion commitment to Africa into AI. education, hospitals, and others. And it's really it's work in progress where we're looking at how to involve other and not leave anyone behind. I think big countries who are able and who has the luxury should do that, and not only UAE. And I think this type of event should focus on how do we help other who don't have the ability to do it alone, and us together can help to make sure no one is left behind, not leave it for countries to do it themselves.
So my final question to you has two parts. One, what would you want to take away from the India summit as you go back? And two, as you take the summit home and host it in the next months, what would be the UAE vision for AI?
Um, well, am I taking the summit home? Just, let me say we're willing and we will be more than happy. So that's for sure. But I like how you positioned it. I think I am excited to see how the leadership, when they meet tomorrow, uh, see the outcome. But for sure, my expectation to see more engagement, more countries joining multilateral activities. Pax Silica, for sure, I mentioned. I'll be very excited personally, and I think it's good for everyone when India joins. And I hope the announcement will be made tomorrow, putting no pressure on anyone to make an announcement. Like me hosting the AI conference is not not making that announcement, but I will definitely support UAE hosting that. So I look forward for more alignment and less friction and less selfishness in looking at AI as a global solver of issues. And it brings a lot of challenges that require everyone to work together.
Minister, let's do a deal. We will sign the Pax Silica, you take it home. Okay?
Done.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.